Welcome to Conversations with Interesting People podcast, the show where we sit down with people who are interesting and hear their journeys and from all different backgrounds, careers, history, and just hear their story and hear their journey and hopefully inspire you along your own journey. I'm super excited today because we have one of my favorite people in the entire world. She's an entrepreneur. She's like in school, like she's doing all the things. She's changing the world. Karson Tutt, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
No, not even your dad gave you an applause on that one.
I'm like waving at a fake
Tough crowd. Yeah, we have Kevin behind the camera. We just hyped up his daughter and nothing. Still nothing. He's worried. Yes.
He's focused.
There we go. Hey, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good.
How nervous? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
It's now that we're going, it's maybe like a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm at like a 11 right now. Feeling
I laughed
nervous?
at you.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Put me on the spot. But I'm really excited. Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm.
This is really awesome. When I first thought of this idea of doing a video podcast, sitting down with people who I thought were interesting, no kidding, you were the first one on the list. Not even joking.
I'm so honored.
100%. So thank you for being here. Thank you for
Yeah.
taking the time out of your busy schedule. Like, you are insanely busy right now. You're doing all the things. We were talking earlier, and I was over eavesdropping on you and your dad, and you're like doing 100 things right now. Like, give me the scoop. What's going on in your life right now?
Well, school, final projects, finals week.
Okay, what year are you?
Senior.
Senior?
Yep.
Where at?
ACU.
Go Cats.
Yep. Business management major, so kind of already doing what I went to school
Seriously,
for.
why
so
even go to school anymore?
I don't
Here you
know.
are.
I don't know. It's so hard. But yeah, so I've just got school. I've got the store.
You're in the shot, Kevin. This is great. I told Kevin to take behind the scenes shots, and he's just walking around like he owns the joint. So thanks for that feature. You'll get your own time. I know you want the spotlight. My gosh. Anyways,
so really just the school and the store.
Yeah.
The school.
Not just, so tell me about the store. Here we are.
Yes.
All the, what do you call this color?
Pink.
Pink, very pink in here.
Yeah, it's
okay.
pink.
So tell me about it.
Well,
very open-ended.
very open-ended. Well, first of all, I have to thank Corona for the store. I wouldn't have done it without...
Thanks, Vid. The old Vid.
The old Miss Rona. I had so much time to actually put into the business, which I didn't have before when school was all day, every day.
But school didn't stop.
Right, but it went online
you
and
totally
things
ignored,
got significantly easier.
Gotcha.
You just had to zoom and pretend like you were like paying attention, like move the mouse,
While
like
you were
add a
on Pinterest,
comment in the chat.
creating your mood board. I get it.
So I had a lot more time to really put into the business, and I just drove by this building one day and thought, I think I might open a store because I saw the for lease sign.
Yeah.
Gave Tiffany a call. She told me everything I needed to know, and I was like, all right.
Boom.
I think we're going to do it.
When was this?
March.
Of this year,
Right?
okay.
No, it was probably like April. Yeah.
April of this year.
Yes.
Was Corona even a thing then?
Yeah, in March. Spring break is when it all started.
Okay, you're right.
'Cause
Because
we
spring
got,
break
like, spring
happened,
break-
and then it was
Right after spring break, we didn't go back to school. So
Summer
once I didn't go
forever.
back to school, I had nothing to do. Well, I had school, but it was like super easy. And so then I had just a lot of free time. And then I signed a lease, and then here we are.
Sweet. So what's is it just Carson's? Is it the shop at Carson's?
It's just Carson's.
Just Carson's.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
People
even
call
need
it Shop Carson's because of
your Instagram handle,
Yeah,
but you don't even need that. You're
right,
just one name.
Carson's was taken
like
on
Prince,
Instagram.
Madonna,
Yep, Carson's.
Elvis.
Like we went to
Karson.
Carson's store today. Where'd you get that? Oh, Carson's.
Carson's. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So give me a little bit of the background behind Carson's, because
Okay.
I've known you for a long time, and I've kind of seen the journey progress a little bit.
Yeah.
So you started as a pop-up, or like, take me back to the inception.
I
Why
will
did you
take
want to
back
start
the
doing
very
it?
beginning.
Do it. Bring
The
it.
very we were in Colorado. I was a junior in high school, family vacation, and I dropped my phone and shattered it our first day there. I'm like, oh, how am I going to take pictures and post on Instagram? Like, this whole trip,
Yes.
like, my life is over.
Necessities,
I'm
yes.
17 years old and my phone is destroyed. So I'm like, I need some money. And my parents are like, you can get a job. And I'm like, I'm not getting a job. Not me, no. So I thought, I'm gonna come up with a way to make my own money. So I forget about this, whatever, we're on vacation, and me and my sister are on this mission to find a choker. This is when the little tight necklaces were coming
what
back
year
into
was
style.
this?
2017?
Okay, so chokers were a
2016?
thing in 2017?
Yes,
Okay.
they were coming back very much so. But you could
Gotcha,
only get
okay.
them on Etsy, apparently, because we searched every store in that whole town Could not find a single thing. So we went to this glass blower shop, and of all the places in the town, they had little beads.
Where was this
and
at?
string. Estes Park, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went in the glass blowers, and they had beads and string, and I was like, I think I'll just make us a choker. And so we bought the beads, bought the string, went back to the cabin, and I just sat there and was like, how am I going to do this? I'll tie a bead on one end, tie a little hoop on the other, and tie that pretty bead in the middle. And it worked. And so then I took pictures of my sister, like modeling by the river, and posted it on Twitter and was like, hey, if I sold these, would anyone want to buy one? Thinking it was my chance to make the money for the phone. And it kind of exploded. But by the time I got home, I had 50 orders.
What?
Like 50 people waiting.
All on Instagram, Twitter? Or
Twitter. It was just Twitter.
People DMing you.
Yeah.
Say, give me
hey,
that
I want
choker.
this. So then I posted and I was like, hey, if you want one, like this tweet or something.
Gotcha.
And it was all Abilene people that I knew. So I had all my I placed a special order. I took out a loan from my parents, $60.
What were the terms on that loan, Kevin? 100% interest?
So, yeah. But no, I borrowed $60, placed a special order from the glass blowers for some beads. We went to Michael's in between. So we went from Estes Park to Platora, which is the tiniest town in America.
Never heard of it.
But on our way there was a Michael's, and I stopped and bought some string. So the whole time we were in Platora with no Wi-Fi, no phone service, you can use the landline to get, talk to people.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was there, I was just making chokers. My dad was fishing, and I was just sitting by the lake making my chokers.
Interesting. So did you have an inspirational choker that you wanted to copy? Did you just off the top of your head?
Yes. There were the ones that were it was just black suede with a little pearl on it.
Classy.
So I did, I did the same thing. It just had a little rainbow glass bead on there.
Gotcha.
So that was how I spent the rest of my vacation, was just making chokers as fast as I could.
Starting an empire right then and there.
Yes.
So you got some interest on that. How do you take it to the next step?
So I started meeting people in parking lots and laying them out on the hood of my car like it was a drug deal. I literally kid you not. I would go.
Did you have a trench coat on and say, hey, I got the goods over here?
Yes, no, I would literally go, it was all the Abilene schools and Gym Ned that would buy from me. So I would literally during their lunch break or after school, I would literally go and be like, hey, I'm at Abilene High right now. If you want your choker, come out to the parking lot, and I have them. And they were literally on the hood of my car.
Because you went to Gym Ned, right?
Yes.
How did you have any sort of audience at Abilene High?
I have no idea. I think people just knew who I was from sports and stuff.
Oh, because
social media.
People knew who I was from sports. I'm an athlete.
Okay,
I get
not
it.
what I meant. I just sports.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, people.
So you're doing drug deals with jewelry.
I'm doing drug deals with jewelry, literally laid out
Perfect.
on the hood of my car,
So
cash only, ladies. So I did the whole hood of the car thing in parking lots for a week, and I was like, okay, I am so sketchy. I need to.
Super sketchy,
I need
by the way.
to step it up a little bit. So I called Mad Coffee, and I was like, hey, if I came on Sundays, could I sit at a table and sell my jewelry? And they were like, as long as you buy a drink, we don't care. So I was like, okay, cool. So every Sunday.
Pretty cheap rent, pretty cheap lease.
Yeah. So every Sunday I would go to Mad Coffee, get my drink, and sit at the little table, and I would do custom jewelry.
Okay.
So people could come in and choose the color of the string and the bead they wanted.
Okay, so
and
at this
I
point in your business journey, had you started a brand yet?
It was just
or was it just
called-
hey, my
I did
sketchy
start-
jewelry I'm selling?
I did start a new Twitter. It was called Chokers by Karson.
Okay.
So that was
you were
the first-
totally 100% in the choker market.
100% chokers
Okay,
only.
gotcha.
100%. Oh, also I made the money that I needed for the phone
Yeah, okay.
in 2 days.
I didn't even ask about that.
Yes.
In 2 days?
my first 2 days back home, I had the money to buy a phone.
That's impressive. What'd you buy?
I was-
an iPhone?
I don't know,
Android?
Yeah, it was an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
Mad Coffee.
Yes, Mad Coffee.
Yes, I was Chokers by Karson.
Okay.
Yes, chokers only. And so then I started expanding a little bit into earrings, I think No. I was still only chokers when I started the online website.
Wow.
So I had
you went all in on the chokers.
Yes, I was all in on the chokers, made the whole website.
Okay, here's a question I have. Was it, because I mean, at this point, I didn't even know chokers was a thing, but at this point, is this a huge global industry, chokers, or is it you found something that people didn't even know they wanted yet?
I think that I was at the perfect spot of it's kind of a little bit popular,
Okay.
and I hopped on the train. It was the only literally. I think the reason that I did so well was because at the time the only place to buy them was on Etsy for $30, and I was selling them for $8.
Ooh,
And you got the
undercutting
customer.
hardcore. Okay,
Yeah.
but how are you turning a profit? How much?
The beads cost me $1.
10 cents each.
Well, the glass ones were like $1 or $2 each, and then the string was like not even $1.
Okay.
So like margins are pretty
So
good.
you're
right
ripping
there.
people off.
I'm
hardcore.
ripping.
The
I'm
$30
ripping them off.
people on Etsy are just totally stealing from people.
Oh,
You're
they're
just,
100%. It makes
Okay.
me want to throw up. Yes.
But you're just casually
Yeah.
ripping people off at
Yeah,
this point.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah. So yes, it's all chokers only. I started the Twitter, Chokers by Karson Twitter,
Okay.
always giving stuff away, like retweet this to get
Yeah.
$2 off your choker, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, marketing genius.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in college for
Giveaways.
this yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't need
so
a class for that.
I did that, and then people from other towns were finding out about it and were like, I want an $8 choker. So how can I get one? And I
Okay.
was like, well, I guess I can start a website. So I opened a website.
Still Chokers by Karson.
Still Chokers by Karson.
Okay.
It stayed Chokers by Karson probably till I was a freshman in college.
Okay.
Which I
So you
hated
were all
it
in.
because I wasn't. So here we go. I got it. This is where I get really off track. Started the website. Then this is senior year, all senior year of high school. It's just Chokers by Karson. My school was awesome and gave me a work period to work on my chokers.
This is high school?
Yes. I got a class period during the day at school to work on my chokers.
How did you
and
land
online
that
orders.
gig?
Well, so I pulled the I'm a girl card. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
the boys got to go home early because their athletics period was in the middle of the day. So if you
Okay.
had a job, you could have a work period, 8th period, and you could go home at like
Gotcha.
2.
Okay.
So girls' athletics was 8th period. So they wouldn't let us go home. So I was like, since I like literally like work from home, can I like have a work period in the middle of the day? Because the boys get a work period.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even have a job. They just leave school early.
For
And they were
real,
like, yeah, sure. So I would like bring my little bag of beads and string, and I sat in the vice principal, I almost said vice president, the vice principal
Not Pence's
or athletic
office.
director or somebody's office. Like I was like in the office of the school.
Gotcha.
And I had my little choker office at school.
Running your business from a
Yep,
school. I'm
5th
sure
period.
there's some sort of like tax issue with that, but we're gonna ignore that. I mean, who knows? Yeah, we're just
whatever,
gonna totally
whatever.
ignore that.
It's
Okay,
gym ed.
so you've moved up. So you've moved up from the parking lot of school. Now you're in the vice principal's office. Just totally cranking away.
Yeah,
your little
Chokers by
workshop.
Karson,
Okay.
yes. Then, senior year goes along. I'm just Chokers by Karson. I find my roommate because I'm going to ACU at this point. I know what
Okay.
I'm doing. I find my roommate, and she works at a boutique in Dallas. And she's like, "Hey, I think I can hook you up. I think I can get you in this place."
Okay.
And I was like,
Did you know
"Okay."
this person, or is she like just totally?
She was-
You mean you can shout her out?
Yeah, Olivia O'Connell. Still live with her to this day. She's my
Shout
best
out.
friend in the whole world.
Changing the world.
But anyway, we got matched up. I asked someone else to be my roommate, and they were
Okay.
like, I already have someone, but somebody was trying to hook me up with this other girl. You should just be roommates with her. And I was like, okay, cool. So then we started texting, and we were like, yeah, we'll be roommates. So we were texting over the school year, whatever, becoming
Okay.
friends. And then she was like, hey, you could like put your necklaces in this boutique. So she showed her boss my website, and she was like, okay, yeah, I want her stuff.
This is the boutique in Dallas.
Yes,
So now
it was called-
you're flying out of the Abilene market. You're going to the big city,
Yes.
big time.
Yes.
Okay.
It was called Jack's Outfitters.
Okay.
It's still in business to this day.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack's. But so she got me into my first boutique, and I was like, I have made it big time. Like I literally thought like,
What were the terms of this? Did you have to like just pay
She-
rent there, or did she
No,
like
she
order
just
in
bought
bulk?
them at wholesale price.
Gotcha.
I was
So,
like,
like,
you pay
30
half
cents?
price. No, she pays like half the price.
Okay.
So if
Gotcha.
I sold, she bought them for 4 and sold them for 8 or whatever she wanted to sell them for. I didn't
Gotcha.
care what she did with them.
Now, were
so.
these things like flying off the shelf, or like how was the market in
Yes.
Dallas? Really?
She reordered from me several times.
Come on.
So,
Shout out.
Anyway, so I did that, and then Betty and June asked me to come be in their store, and I was like, oh, I've definitely made it big time because like
Betty and
I
June.
love Betty and June.
Yeah.
So I stalked Betty and June. I was stalking boutiques, and then I started making like earrings and not choker necklaces and bracelets, and I was like, this is stupid that I'm calling it Chokers by Karson when it's not.
Chokers and a lot
and
of
most
other
people don't even
stuff.
know what a choker is, so they're like, what?
I mean, at this
what
point,
is
were
this?
chokers still in style, or were they kind of fading?
No, they're still in style, and they're
Are they still in style
they're-
today?
they're
I don't know anything.
Yes, but it's definitely not the same. If you were wearing the chokers that I was selling 5 years ago,
Yeah.
people would be like,
The last time I wore a choker, I don't know if you remember this. Kevin, you're probably way too old. The last time I ever wore a choker was when like the puka shell chokers were cool.
no.
Like in 2000. Do you remember that, Kevin? Were you
Puka shells.
a puka shell? You weren't. I shouldn't have been, but I was. That's the last time I knew chokers were relevant in any fashion.
No, they're still relevant, but it's definitely like dainty chain chokers.
Okay,
and things. Like we still sell them here, but it's not
the
it's
shells.
not the suede with the big chunky beads on your Adam's apple.
Okay.
So
Maybe they should make a comeback. You never know.
I don't think they should.
Maybe in my next
I think we should give
podcast,
them
I'll
their
just-
time to
okay.
rest. But no, so I actually hated. We are fast forwarding to freshman year of college.
Okay.
At this point, I'm like, I don't like this anymore. It's not fun. I didn't want to do it. It was hard doing college and trying to have a life and run this business.
Yeah, were you balancing it at all, or were?
Yeah, I was,
did
but
one
it was
them
more
set-
of a
okay.
like every like 2 or 3 weeks, I would get a kick and I would add some things to the website. And when it sold out, I was just like, whatever. And I would just close the site down. I also started doing pop-ups freshman year.
Okay.
So those were also way more
Sketchy
time.
parking lot deals
No,
again?
like actually like with people party, like at event center,
Okay.
like pay for a booth, that
Gotcha,
kind of
legit.
thing. But those were like, I stay up all night long and exhaust myself the next day selling stuff for 8 hours. And then I hate my life
Yeah.
because I'm like so tired. No, like they were great. It was just like hard to do as a
Yeah.
college student.
For sure.
So I was like, this isn't fun anymore. Like, I don't want to do this, whatever. And then this girl comes to me and she's like, hey, I have this idea. I don't know, like, if you want to, like, incorporate it into your business or, like, I kind of wanted to start a business and wanted your help. And I was just like, do you want to be in the business with me? Like, do you want to be in it with me maybe if I have a partner?
Did you approach her like that? Do you want to be in the
No,
business?
like,
or
literally, like, she, like, asked me to go to coffee and was being, like, all sweet. And I literally was like, do you want to just be part of my business? Like, that's how I said it. And I was like, I've, like, everything you've been saying to me has, like, been like what I've been thinking, like how I don't want to do it by myself. I've run out of
Yeah.
ideas. I don't want to, I'm not excited. And you seem really excited. So like, do you want to like partner with each other? And so for like maybe 2 months, we were business partners.
Okay.
And it was called Abby and Beyond. And then she moved away to New Mexico. Rest in peace,
Wow.
Abby and Beyond. But that was
Was
that
it
era.
fun? Was that successful?
It was
Where
fun.
that?
It was just as successful as it had been. It gave us a chance to rebrand because I did not want to be called Chokers by
Okay.
Karson anymore, which is another reason I was like, heck yeah, let's do it because I'm ready to call this something
yes.
else.
I'm branching out.
Yes.
Okay.
So we did Abby and Beyond for a few months, and then the year was over, and she moved to New Mexico sophomore year.
Gotcha.
And then
she was
like,
having that poor of an experience with you. Like she's like, get
like
me
she
out of
literally
this.
needed to get out of
Yeah,
state.
my
because-
business partner. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we had a good time. It was really fun. She like got an opportunity there. Couldn't pass up, so she went there.
Peace
I was
out,
like, cool,
Abilene.
whatever. So we split up. The band split up. I'm just kidding. No, but she really did leave, and I decided I was just going to go back to just being me, doing my same old stuff.
Okay.
I didn't do.
Did you create a new name at this point, or are you
Yes.
just like?
I was like, this is my
Stuff, like-
chance.
Okay.
Another chance to rename
When
it.
was this? What year was this?
This was sophomore year of college.
Okay.
So I named it Creations by Karson.
Okay. Nice.
Which is what it was until I opened this store. It was Creations by Karson until
Okay, because you were actually creating stuff.
yes, but
Well
since
outside
I'd come
chokers.
here, yes.
So at that point, creations by what did it all entail? What were you all making,
necklaces,
selling?
bracelets, anklets, earrings, any random thing that I saw a sewing pattern for on Pinterest, I would try to like sew. I tried to like what else? Oh, I tried to make some face masks. Not like face mask. Okay, both kinds of face masks, like this kind of face mask or like the spa face mask, like with clay.
Okay.
You know,
I didn't know.
for your
I
skin.
wasn't even thinking the spa face mask.
Yeah,
Because in
no.
today's world,
that's
there's
what I
only
was
one
thinking.
face
That's what I was
mask.
thinking
Okay.
first. But then I realized I also did sew like medical masks, like literally anything that I could make, I would just throw
anything
in there.
I can make for cheap and then rip
Right.
people off with. I
Right.
want to get
Any
it out
way
the
I can
door.
figure out to
Yeah.
rip someone off, I'm going to do it. I'm just kidding. But no, so I started anything that I could create. But then I got the store, or I didn't get the store. I decided I was going to do the store, and I started looking into like clothes because I knew I wasn't going to be able to fill a whole store with just jewelry. Like I could, but like that wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
And like clothes was always something I thought would be like fun, but I like never was just going to do an online boutique just because I don't personally shop online.
Yeah.
I like to try things on.
For
so
sure.
I didn't really want to do something I didn't even like. So once I knew I was going to get the store, I was like, okay, I can actually do like clothes. So I went to Market in Dallas,
Okay.
found some brands I liked, thought it was super fun, ordered clothes.
Was it overwhelming? Because
Because
I've heard about the market in Dallas that it can be a pretty overwhelming
I like went and
experience.
laid in silence for like an hour
Just-
after I was done. No, like I was like had blisters on my feet. Like you actually like need like days to like get through it.
Did you go with someone that like was experienced?
Olivia went with me.
Okay.
The same Olivia
Okay.
from Jax. Anyway, but yes, I went to market, but then I discovered that there was like other things like candles and journals and all this other kind of stuff that I was like, wasn't even in my brain for the store.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need that. But then I was like, I'm not making this stuff anymore. I cannot be Creations by Karson's because people think, like I said something about clothes on Instagram and they're like, oh, are you hand sewing these? I was like, absolutely not. No, I'm not sewing clothes. So I started thinking of like, how am I going to like not be Creations by Karson anymore? But like also I love my branding and stuff that I have. I don't really want to change it. Yeah. So then I was like, it'll just be Karson's. Like just Karson's. Everyone's still going to recognize. Karson's has always almost been in it, besides Abby and Beyond, but it was Chokers by Karson. Yeah. Then Creations by Karson. Now
so
Karson's.
how did Abby knock your name out of the gig? This is
actually, it was from Abilene.
Okay.
Abilene and Beyond. Okay. We made things with encouraging words on them, and you were supposed to like once like you were tired of wearing it, I guess, or like thought it was ugly, like you were supposed to send it to someone else. I'm just kidding. You were just like if you like met. That was so bad. That's not what the point of it was. It was like if you met.
We're not editing that out.
I know. You warned me that. No, I'm kidding. That was not why. It was like if you met someone and you felt like the word that was on your necklace or your bracelet or whatever applied more to them than you're supposed to like give it away. Okay. So it like started in Abilene very sweet. And went to Beyond.
Okay. Did that ever take off?
No, it did. We got like DMs from people and was like, my friend gave me this thing and I just wanted to tell y'all.
Like what was the craziest story? Like was there someone
that was like years ago. But I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember any. I wish I could.
Sounds really life-changing.
Really we were really changing lives.
Okay.
With his jewelry and these keychains.
Okay, so you got rid of Karson's then to be all fancy and
yes,
and then you brought it back.
Yeah. It was just it wasn't fair if there was two owners and my name was the only one in it. So we were like, just drop everyone's names.
Yeah.
But people did think that Abby was one of us.
Yeah.
It was just Abilene.
Yeah.
But then it went to Creations by Karson.
But then you started going to market and buying other people's creations.
Right. And I felt so embarrassed like being at market and they're like, oh, what's your thing called? And I'm like, Creations by Karson. But I promise I'm not going to say that I made this. I'm going to
take credit for everything. All your hard work.
For this. No, but I have updated my profile there since, so now it's not embarrassing to go anymore. But yes. But yeah, market, I saw all the different kinds of stuff. That's why I decided to change the name just to Karson's. Okay. So I also wanted to be casual, like, oh, we're going to Karson's.
Yeah. I love it. It's simple, one word, easy to remember.
I kept my logo the same, basically, just literally scratched off.
This is a good question because I'm all interested in branding. Who came up with the logo, brand? Who was in charge of that?
Tan Johnson. She went to ACU. She's a few years older than me. Okay. She is like a graphic design student, and I loved everything she did. Yeah. So she designed the original like Creations by Karson, all that branding and stuff.
Did she do it for free? Did you pay her?
Oh, I paid her.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm not ripping everybody off. No, but she did all of my original branding.
Good for you.
Thank you.
It wasn't, I'm just glad you didn't approach her and be like, hey, you're really talented. You're really talented and you're so good at what you do. I've got this great idea. You'll gain tons of exposure, but zero money. Is that okay? I hate when that happens. So
I would never do that to someone.
Good.
No. Okay. So Tan did all my original branding and I still use some of it on like the K that's on everything.
Iconic K.
The iconic K.
That's all over Abilene.
Yes,
we all know the iconic K.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but anyway, since then she's moved away and she has like a real job and she's very busy.
Is she a graphic designer still, or?
I think so. She does a lot of photography stuff too. She does like weddings.
So she's just a creative person.
Yeah, she's just a creative person. So now my graphic designer is Isa Mardi-Griagra. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say it.
Did you just botch her last name?
It's really long and I never say it right. You don't have to cut it out. It's okay.
We'll record you later saying it right.
She knows I don't know how to say it. She knows I don't know how to say it. It's okay. But she is my new graphic designer. Okay. And she does all of my stuff for me.
Now, when you say my graphic designer, she's on staff?
Yes.
Like full time?
No, not full time.
Okay.
Like
where you're like, hey, I need something designed. Is it just like per thing? Okay.
Yeah, I just pay her hourly. She just keeps up with her hours when she's designing stuff, and then I just pay her like one of the rest of them.
You sound so legit. Yeah, it's just my graphic designer.
Well, okay, and she's not like mine exclusively. She like designs for ACU and.
Cool. So you go to Karson's, just straight up Karson's. Mm-hmm. No building yet though, right? Where are you at in your entrepreneurship here?
I know I'm getting it. I know I'm getting the store, which is why I changed it.
Okay, so this is pretty early or pretty soon. Recent.
Yes, recent.
Okay, that was the word.
I was like, words.
Yikes, words are hard sometimes. So that's actually pretty recent. So this kind of transition.
Yes.
You start going to market. When was this? Last year?
I don't even know. Okay. Summer. It was in summer. It was in like June or July.
Last summer or 2020 summer?
Like 2020 summer.
Not that it really matters.
COVID summer.
COVID summer.
Yes.
You're going to market.
Yes.
you know you're going to buy this building.
Yes.
You know you're going to. Okay, so walk me through, like, how scared are you? Like, when this idea, are you scared at all?
No.
At all?
I was not scared at all.
How in the world? Because it's not an easy task to just say, hey, I'm going to go from a pop-up,
Right.
sketchy trench coat kind of dealing to a brick and mortar store.
Right.
So how are you, like, how do you seem so casual about that?
It's my online sales were insane for like a good steady period of time.
Okay.
And like a majority of those people were Abilene people.
Okay.
So I thought if I'm making this much and having this many sales, just like with online and jewelry only.
Yeah.
I did one little clothing sale. Like I put a few pieces out there and was like, hey, I'm just going to see what it's like to get clothes and get them shipped out to y'all. Just going to test it, whatever. Like, but I had a few steady months of just like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I think I have the capacity to actually do a store. And I kind of like tested it and it was really pretty consistent. I was like, I think I can do it. And then I also just like felt like it was what I was supposed to be doing. Like the Lord was just like, honestly, just like opening up so many opportunities for me to do it. And like literally like literal signs of like, we came to tour the building and I didn't have my phone on at the time, but when I got in the car, like literally the minute that we walked in the building, someone had messaged me and said, I had a dream that you were going to open a store. So if you're looking for a sign to do it, this is your sign. And I had not told anyone about opening a store.
That's insane.
So I was like, okay,
Lord,
this is crazy. And then also another thing, I entered in this little contest at ACU. It's basically like Shark Tank for students.
Okay, I've heard of this.
Yes. And I entered in it and I was like, if I win this, I'm doing it.
Were they going to pay you if you won?
Yeah. Like a couple $1,000s is what I was going to get if I won. Yes.
Okay.
It was really
How many people were in the competition,
really nice.
Do you know?
I think there was 7 of us.
Were you nervous about any of them?
Yes. No, I'm being serious.
Like you're watching these other people, you're like,
no, like
dang.
legit. Like I literally thought that I might not win. And so that's why I was like, if I don't win, I'm not doing it because I like...
You're not doing this. You're not doing the store.
But then I changed my mind. I did Shark Tank, was waiting for the results for a few days. And in the meantime, I was like, I'm going to be heartbroken if I don't.
So you felt pretty good about it.
Yes.
You go in there, hello, sharks.
Yeah.
Did you do the whole spiel?
Yeah. Yes. It was so cringe. But anyway, yes, I did it. But in the meantime, in the waiting of like, I'm trying to find out, like, if I get the money, I'm going to do it. If I don't, I'm not. Yeah. I was like, I want to do it no matter what.
Like, what was the prize money?
$3,000.
$3,000,
yes.
Which, let's be honest, you're starting a new business. $3,000's great.
Yeah.
It's not really like life-changing money.
It was going to pay for the down payment, and it was going to pay for like my cash register and like first month's rent.
Super helpful.
Right.
But not totally like locking you down.
Right.
If you don't get it, you
don't.
Yeah,
and that's what I realized. I was like, I could work my butt off for another month and make that.
Yeah.
If I really
rip more people off.
Yeah.
Even bigger this time.
Yes.
Make up that $3,000 real quick.
Yes. So I just, in that time, I decided I'm going to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
If I win, great.
Yeah.
If I don't, whatever.
So did you win?
And then I won.
You did win.
Yeah, I won.
I'm here over like, don't worry if you didn't win. Like, I'm thinking you did win.
Yeah, no, I won.
Of course you won.
So I got the money, so I was like, okay, another sign.
Shopping spree.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Shopping spree for the store.
Yeah,
I got
at
some
the market,
nice stuff
for sure,
here.
for sure.
But,
so they just give you like a blank check and like, hey, congratulations,
yeah.
you won.
They literally just mailed a check to my house.
So you literally could spend it on whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I could.
But did you? Like, be honest.
No, I really didn't. I really bought my security system.
Okay.
Got the cash
you were
out for my
about
down.
it.
Yeah, I
okay.
was.
All right.
I'm an honest
Your parents
person.
raised you well.
Yes.
Great job, Kevin. Great job.
Yeah. So no, I got the grant. It was awesome. Gave me lots of money, and then I was like, "We're doing it for reals."
Boom.
Boom. Here we are.
Sweet.
Here we are.
So how long did it go from empty shell to all the pink things?
Okay, it's actually crazy because for a few months, COVID, whatever.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Here's really what I want to talk to you about, because this is a question I was thinking about earlier today. Is who in the world thinks it's a great idea to start a business in a global shutdown? Like, were you not worried about that at all?
No.
Your sales online were just so good. Who cares? Bring it on, Miss Rona.
Okay, actually, now that you say that, I don't know. Like, I've never actually thought about that. I guess I just wasn't scared because Abilene wasn't necessarily super hardcore about it.
For sure. Yeah.
I wasn't scared because, like, I knew there was a time when stuff was kind of actually shut down.
Yeah.
But I think by the time that I was in this, like, phase of, like, I'm getting the building, signing the lease, I think that was over.
Yeah.
Like, stores were opening back up again, and it's Abilene, so people are like, we're going to shop
yes.
if it kills them. I'm just kidding.
It's my right.
It's my, yeah, really. So I that didn't really bother me at all. I thank Corona for this store.
Yeah, it sounds
for the
like it was
time
really
that I got
beneficial.
at home and not in class.
For real.
But what were we talking about before?
I'm talking about the process. How long did it take?
Oh yeah.
to-
Okay. So I said yes, I'm doing it. May? Maybe? It was May, but then things kind of took a very long time for us to get in to our
Okay,
actual
yeah.
space, which is okay.
Yeah.
But it definitely did take a long time. There was just something after the other that was like, oh, we need a few more weeks or whatever. Or people were just being slow because COVID or whatever.
sure.
Whatever. So from the time that we were given the keys to get in to the empty shell
Yeah.
to opening day, I think it was 3 weeks.
That seems extraordinarily fast.
Well, when you've waited months and you had, like, I had everything ordered. Like, I had
So it's like in
I
your
had
garage.
the clothing racks. I had I had everything. I'd been to market like 3 months before and had dropped thousands on inventory. Like I had inventory.
Yeah.
I had I had everything ready
Yeah.
to go for months. So when they like gave us the key, we were in here like
Flying in here,
Hey,
building stuff.
yeah.
And your dad, if I'm
Yes,
did I
you
hear
are
this right? He
correct.
built all of this stuff.
Yes.
So there's a fancy table back here, even the kiosk back there.
Yes.
Handmade.
yes
By
built
Mr.
the
Tutt himself.
dressing rooms out. We ACU Maker Lab. Thank you. Cut out the doors myself. Like this is what happened. I knew I was gonna have the DIY bar. I knew I wanted to have something in here that wasn't just shopping. Like I wanted something like if you're bored on a Saturday and you're like, what can we do? Like, oh, we can go paint,
sit
or
in
like
a
we
swing.
can go, yeah. But the swings
create.
weren't part of it yet. I just
Okay.
knew like I wanted to have something to do, and we were like looking at what the bar stools could be, and I was like, I don't want to spend $65 per bar stool. That's a cheap bar stool.
Yeah.
Most bar stools are like very expensive,
Times
especially for
8.
ones that like match the vibe of this
Yeah.
place. They're expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, what can I do? And I was just scrolling through Pinterest, and I saw someone's dining table. It was like a dining table and the seats.
With swings?
Yes, the seats were swings, and I was like, "That's it." I was like, "We got to have swings at the."
Who in the
DIY
world
bar."
lives their life like that?
That's probably fake, but
not
probably
even
not
real
real.
life.
So I saw it and I sent it to my dad, and I was like, "Can we do this?"
Build
He was
it.
like, "Easy."
Easy? Like
Yeah.
what even
Like
Thrown off by it
in
at
2
all.
days, he had been out in the barn and like
hanging
sent me a
stuff on
picture.
pipes and
Yeah,
swings. What's the payload on those things? Like can I get on?
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
yeah.
I can get on those
I think
things?
yes.
Kevin, what's the weight limit? 350 pounds?
Woo!
I'm not going to tell you how much under 350 I am, but I am under 350. That's awesome. I'm going to swing on that.
Yeah, they
after.
like creak a little bit, and people are always like, "Are these about to
I
break?"
gonna
I'm like,
die?
"No, I promise. I'm sorry." Like,
Enjoy
I
it.
feel like that's offensive. That like you sit down and it's like,
Yeah.
they're like, "Ugh." I'm like, "It's not gonna fall. I'm sorry," but no, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
it's a really I've literally have never seen anything like that. It's a really cool
wow
aspect.
Cool.
It does not feel like Abilene. So if that's what you were
Yeah,
going for,
that's
I've
what I
never
was
seen
going
that in
for.
Abilene.
Also, Glossier. You know what
I'm sorry,
Glossier
what?
is? Do you know what Glossier is? It's like a makeup company. I'm obsessed with them, and like their stores inspired this store. Like
Glossier?
yeah.
I feel so ignorant. No,
No, it's okay. I mean,
no.
like you're not.
I'm
Like,
a
anything.
conch shell choker dude.
Yeah,
so I don't know
conch
anything
shells
about.
they're not gonna know what Glossier is,
Yeah.
but their store. If you like look it up when you go home, you're gonna think that it looks like this.
Okay.
People like
Was that, like,
say
your main
I
inspiration?
copied them, but
Oh, did you though? Like be honest.
no, I did not.
it vulnerable?
I literally they do not have. Okay, they have like pink. Pink is their main color.
Okay.
but like they don't own pink.
Do they though?
No.
People,
They
people
don't.
can copyright the craziest of things now.
Okay, well if they do, I don't know
Okay.
that they do. So it's pink, and they have lots of like bubbly looking things, like bubbles and
That's
like
definitely
rounded.
the vibe in here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's an incredible vibe.
But I didn't know, like literally nothing that I've done is the same as theirs. I tried to differentiate.
You don't have to
myself.
justify it to me. I'm
I-
not the,
I
the
feel-
haters online
oh.
are the ones who are gonna.
Those haters.
Speaking of that, I do want to talk. What's been the experience? So you launch your shop, and what I find interesting about creative entrepreneurial world is that there is such an enormous positive response, but so many times when someone's doing something really great, really awesome, there can be a negative response as well. Have you had any sort of haters or whatever? I don't know. Is it even cool to say haters anymore?
I don't know.
But have you
No.
had any negative feedback from anyone?
Through
this journey?
I think the most negative feedback I've had with the store is the people that are mad that I'm not giving the online store attention anymore. If that makes sense.
That's a crowd. People
Yeah.
are doing.
Like
Is it like
people-
people in Oklahoma? And
Yeah, it's like the people who can't make it to the store, which I understand, and I really try to get stuff online for them still, but they get mad at me that I'm not like putting stuff online.
Like, what does
anymore.
get mad? Like, they're DMing you, like, I'm going to hunt you down.
When can we expect to be seeing this online every time I post something? Like,
Gotcha. So they're on
repeatedly,
it. They're
like,
on it.
are you going to be putting
Which,
this on
hold
the,
on
on the
now,
website?
to their defense, that's actually a compliment to you because it's like, we really want this
Right,
stuff.
it is. And I always say yes as soon as I am able to plan a photo shoot and get pictures of this and get it online. Whatever. It just takes longer.
So I wouldn't say those are the haters.
They're not the haters, but they do get mad at me.
That's fine. So with that, I mean, they're obviously not giving you like positive, this is amazing. So they're pushing you a little bit. Has there been any other like...
I don't know. I think that it's hard for like, I think that some people, I don't know. I think the fact that I'm so young makes people kind of mad.
Gotcha. Maybe a little bit jealous.
Yeah. But I don't want to go into like a lot of details, but I just think that it does make it kind of hard for other people.
And you think you've experienced some of that pushback maybe?
Yes.
Okay. So that's real life stuff for you.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that? Because I know, again, creatives, entrepreneurs, even be like politicians.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, no matter how great it is, you're always going to get the people who have something negative to say.
Right.
So how do you respond? How have you responded to those negative moments when someone's not just totally pumped up that you released a new item because it's not online, or Karson, that's going to go out of business so fast. It's a terrible location. Like how do you deal with those type of moments?
Yeah.
When people aren't just your champion all the time.
I have to give myself a minute because right off the bat, I just want to go at them and be mean.
Okay.
But I give it a sec. I just take a deep breath and I just say, it's going to be okay. I need to be kind. I need to be nice. And I don't think that there has ever been a time that I actually was like back at somebody.
About to just go at it. Okay,
I think that,
good.
and also like I'm the kind of person who would rather
would be
like,
hold on, that would be shocking if that was, because the Karson I know is not
right.
like...
I'm not like that. I think I am the kind of person that I'm going to lose before I try to make you feel bad about yourself. If that makes sense.
That's dedication to other people.
I literally will I don't know. I don't want to like go into specifics, but like every time there's a situation like that, I'm always the one to be like, okay, I won't do that ever again. Or like I'll do something different next time. I'm so sorry. Like my Clifton Strength Finder's number one strength is woo. Okay. I'm always gonna make. I don't know what that means. It means like you like
woo. Is that what you said?
Yeah, not in woo like woo but like you like it's like winning people over.
Okay.
So I'm always gonna be like
people pleaser.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, did she say that? That's like a common phrase. I'm a woo.
But
person.
I'm a people pleaser. That's not what the thing from ACU, the Clifton. Okay. They call it woo. Okay. But yeah, I'm very much a people pleaser, and I'm always gonna like let other people have what they want. Which I feel like
at some point it's good because that's customer service at a level, which means you're probably excelling at customer service. But at some level as well, you've got to be like, you're not running my business. Right. You're not running my brand. So how do you get to that spot? Is it challenging for you to push back on your own inclination?
I, in the nicest way possible, say, if it is something that I'm still going to do, I'm going to be like, I'm still going to do this. I'm sorry that hurt your feelings or whatever. Let's try to work it out. But I am still going to do it. Yeah. Or I might change what I'm doing a little bit to like make them happy, but like, I'm still going to do it. Yeah. You know,
is that something you're seeing yourself changing more and more a bit? Okay.
Definitely. Like a year ago, I definitely would have been like, lay down on the floor and let you walk on me. But since I've had a little while in the industry.
Yeah. In the industry. You sound so perfect.
Industry?
I've had a while in the industry.
Yeah, but no, I've definitely got a little bit thicker skin now. Well,
that's challenging
I'm in
for
the real business world.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Especially, and it just stinks because people can be really crappy sometimes and just want to crap on you because you're successful. And it's like, why do people have to be like that?
I don't know.
It's so interesting.
I don't know, but it makes you a better person. That's what I've learned. Is it makes you a better person. You get the opportunity to. You can be a better person after a situation like that, or you can be a worse person, depending on how you handle it.
It's very true.
I always try to handle it in a way that I'm saying I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Boom. That's it.
Lock it up. That's awesome. So what have you learned maybe most about yourself? Is that what maybe something that's really been highlighted to you? Because this is a crazy journey you've been on.
Yeah.
What have you really learned? Take a look back, look at your journey, where you are now. It's kind of like even a bigger platform to go forward.
Yeah.
Like, what have you learned about yourself throughout this whole thing?
I think I've learned that I am not scared to do something. Like if I have an idea of something I want to do,
Yeah.
I figure out a way to do it and I get it done.
Yeah.
Like I don't like mess around. And I think that's something that I really like about myself is that like I'm not scared to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I have this idea, like I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Even if it's crazy, like
For sure.
the store. Like,
which is pretty rare because so many people are so heightened to risk. Because really what you're talking about is risk.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whatever, like give it a
Right.
shot. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not do it? So how do you get to that place? Because there are so many people who are like, man, the financial risk of starting a
Right.
brick and mortar, this thing could tank and no one could come. And sure, online is easy, but
Yeah.
you didn't have people employed at a brick and mortar when you're just online. So how did you get past that perceived, like this could be really scary, this could be a lot of risk financially, and honestly, if it fails, that kind of does something to your ego, kind
Right.
of does something to your morale.
yeah.
But you have to, it sounds like you push past that anyways. You're like, let's do it. So how do
Yeah.
you get to that point?
I think I just feel like this sounds so stupid, but like I really like I have nothing to lose. Like if I mean I guess I do. Maybe that's my problem is I don't like have a risk in my mind like saying like
Okay.
oh you actually could lose all this money if you do this.
Yeah.
Cuz like my parents like don't pay for this. Like I paid 100% for this place myself.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm
And
like
ACU gave you
and,
$3,000.
okay,
Come on.
ECU paid
Give
for it
credit.
too. But anyway, no, it's not like I'm just like, oh, well, I just have my parents to fall back on if
Yeah.
I do it. But I think I'm just like,
Which I think is awesome, by the way. Shout out to Kevin and Marcy. That's right. For some reason, I was like, I don't feel comfortable. Like,
That's it.
I've known them forever. Why do I suddenly feel? But shout out to them for having that mentality of like, hey, we want you to grow. We want you to do
Yeah.
this thing. And we're cutting you off. So you're on your own. See ya.
they
This
didn't
thing
cut me
flops.
off.
I
They
know.
always,
That's not
they're
them at all.
always, but no, I just think I feel like why not try to do it? What's the worst thing that could happen is I lose money.
Yeah.
I just think that like there's more to life than money.
Come on.
If I like do something that I love to do, even if this lasts for 2 years and I go bankrupt, I had a freaking store
Yeah.
for 2 years and it was fun and I'll go get a real office job and make my money back. Whatever. I just feel like if you want to do something, I don't think I mean, there's obviously circumstances where you shouldn't just say like let's blow all the money, whatever.
For sure.
But I'm like if there's something that you really love to do, why not take the risk?
Yeah.
Like if you just sit at home your whole life like worried about like, oh, are we going to be able to do it? You're never going to do anything.
For real.
So just go freaking do it.
Let's do it.
That's my mindset.
Take the risk. That's so awesome. So, that's an insane story. It's a really cool story. It's also fun to hear just kind of where you are, what you've learned from it. And I just think about like people who are listening or watching this, like I wish I was more like Karson. Like what input would you give? And you gave a little bit about this whole idea about risk because that really does paralyze
Yeah.
a lot of people. But let's say there are other people in your situation who are really wanting to grow. They have a hobby or they have a passion for something.
Yeah.
But they don't really know how to get past the fear of failure, the fear
Right.
of negative response, because there's a lot of insecurity that comes when you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
What would you say to those people who are really struggling with those kind of things?
In terms of like business related, like someone specifically who wants to like start a business, I always say just start small. Like I started with literally chokers. I made one single item
Yeah.
and I made that item for 2 years and I just let it grow and grow.
Was there
and
any
grow.
sort of insecurity of even that one choker putting it out there and like, hey, here's something I created. What if it gets rejected?
Yes.
Or were you
I got
just like, I don't care. I
No.
made it. It's awesome. If you don't like it, you're
It
terrible.
was a combination of the two.
Okay.
I thought I was cool that I made my own choker.
Yeah.
And I thought our pictures by the river were cute.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to post
Go for
them
it.
no matter what. But I also got extremely lucky in the fact that people like saw my content and like retweeted and were like, yes, I want this, whatever.
Yeah.
So that won't be the case for everyone, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. You can still like do what you want and just start really small and just grow and grow and grow. Cause it's been 5 years now since I started just making chokers in
That's
Colorado. And if I would have gone from sitting in my room, never have owned a business, never have done anything business wise, and was like, I'm going to open a brick and mortar, I would have failed miserably. Like I
A
would
bit
have.
more. I don't know that you would have failed. You don't have the personality that would have just let something.
Okay, but I also like
nor
I
the
wouldn't
eye,
have
nor the
even
talent.
known. I wouldn't have known how to. Like it's taken me years to find vendors for
That's true.
jewelry
That's
supplies
true.
that I like, and now it's taking me months to find clothing vendor. Like it just takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And if you try to just go so fast into
Yeah.
something and do so much at one time, you're probably gonna fail.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna hate your life
Yeah,
because
so
like
overwhelmed.
even the little clothing drop that I did online, I did too much. Like I should have released 5 things and I did like 15. And trying to manage even 15 styles of
Yeah.
clothes was too much for me, and I hated it there for a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, what have I done? I broke my own rule. I should have set like a limit on orders. I should have said taking the first 15 orders,
Yeah.
not the first 90. Like I literally like just went. I think it's always good to just like start small
Yeah.
and then grow when you feel comfortable. And it also like gives you more things to like look forward to. Like I always had another milestone. Like, okay, I'm gonna make some earrings now. Okay, what is some other jewelry I can do? Instead of being like, I'm gonna release a full blown jewelry line. Now I have nothing else to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it gives you like a good like you always have something to look forward
Yeah,
to instead
and
of
to grow
burning
into,
yourself out.
For sure.
So
Yeah, I love that. So basically what you're saying is like, for those of us, and I'm even like this a lot of times, I get so paralyzed by like, man, what if it fails? What if it
Yeah.
sucks? What if I'm not good enough? What if I, really, it sounds like your journey was just like, man, what's the next step?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the humongous picture
Yes,
right now.
that's exactly it.
Just that next step. What's the next little thing I can
Yeah,
do?
like focus on what you're doing at the time. Do it as best as you can possibly be doing it.
Love
And
it.
when you feel comfortable with that, go to the next thing. And someday you'll go from meeting people in the parking lot with a trench coat to being in a store. Like it doesn't happen
I don't wish that on
overnight.
anyone. I don't wish anyone
I
ever
don't
meet a
wish
sketchy
anyone,
person.
if you are thinking of starting a jewelry company, do not go and meet people in parking lots on the hood of your car. It will make you feel very bad about yourself.
And other people will think very bad about
And
you.
other people
Super sketchy.
from afar will
But it's
think
hard
that
to
you're
argue
doing
with the
little
results. Here you
things.
are. You built your empire. And it all started
Yeah.
with sketchy parking lot stuff.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So here's what I want to end with. Like,
Okay.
tell us what's next for you.
Okay.
Where can people find? I know there's some big news, and maybe by the time this comes out, there will be a bigger release
Yeah.
or whatever. So maybe people already know, but I don't even know all the details yet. So give some insight of what's next
Okay.
for Karson.
So I have signed a lease on the place next door to me. It's another
Like literally on the other side of this
like
wall.
literally we're cutting a hole in the wall and it's going to be a door
So
into the
awesome.
next
Come
place.
on.
So it's about the same size as this. I think it's like 800 square feet.
Okay.
It's going to be a mini market hall. So other small businesses can get a chance to have a little retail space. So essentially it's going to be like the entrance is going to be through here only. So you'll come in
Okay.
here. Everyone who comes in my store will literally probably go see these little
Yeah.
vendors. But it's going to be like 8 spaces, like 5x7 booths, and you can pay by the month. So if you only want to pay for 1 month and see how it goes, whatever, you're not locked into a lease for 2
Yeah.
years or whatever.
So awesome.
You get to just stock your booth. My employees will check everyone out. Everyone checks out in here. You don't have to have someone there working it. You don't have to pay employees. You don't have to work it. You just put your
Just
stuff
leave
in
your
there.
stuff here.
Yes, I feel like another good thing about it is that there's a lot of traffic in this store, and I feel like they will all go in there.
Yeah.
So people, all 8 vendors saying, go shop in my space. You'll have all those 8 vendors crowd. You'll have my crowd. We'll have everyone's crowds going together,
Yeah.
getting all this
Yeah.
free
It's
advertising.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
So, and it also just like something that was super huge for me in not high school. Maybe it was high school. I don't know. Kevy Inlow's grandma owned a furniture consignment store, and she let me have the front corner to put my jewelry in.
So awesome.
And it literally gave me such good experience in terms of like having a retail space of like
Yeah.
having to manage inventory, see what was selling, see what wasn't selling. It just gave me a really good experience, and I feel like I want to be able to give other small businesses a chance to have like a retail space without having to buy a full-blown store
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah, or a humongous commitment or
Right.
skyrocketing.
so it's just month
lease.
by
Yeah.
month. Just stock your stuff. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Advertising for everybody around.
So how do people get involved in that?
I think
Or are you like already sold out? You don't have any space to demand?
no, I'm not sold out. I mean, I think I might be, but there is still going to be an application
Okay.
process.
So what does that look like?
I'll
Online?
have a place online. It's not on there yet, but
Okay.
just on my website, you can get on there, fill out an application. It'll tell you everything you need to know about size of the booth, pricing. There will be a schedule of like what months they're open, because some people might want to stay for 6 months if it's going well. Others
Yeah.
But you can get on there, get on the waiting list, whatever. So they'll all be online.
So they go online, fill out the application,
Yeah.
say, hey, I want to sell my stuff.
Yeah.
So is there a different name for it, or is it just going to be under is it other stuff by
I don't
Karson?
know
What are you
it's
going to call this
be.
place?
Right now, so it was going to be, what was it going to be? Oh, the Collective at Karson's.
Oh, that's so trendy. The Collective.
But it's not anymore because Tiffany, the building owner, the third story is going to be called the Collective. So I couldn't. But it's okay.
Yeah.
So I was like,
She's got dibs on that.
So I was like, the Commons at Karson's.
You landed on that?
Right now.
Okay.
As long
it
as
may not be there.
I gotta
hold
make
you to it.
sure that there's not like a Commons in I don't know if there is.
I don't know.
Okay. I gotta do some research. But as of now, I think that's what it's gonna be called.
The Commons.
Or like the Commonplace at Carson's. I just want something like in Carson's. Because
Okay.
it's gonna say
Oh,
at
I
Carson's,
gotcha.
you know.
Sweet. Yeah.
So.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what's next. Do you
That's
know
what's
when
next.
that'll be launching?
Hopefully January or February.
So
We'll be
soon.
open.
Soon.
Yes. Like they're like putting stuff on the walls in there right now.
Stuff on the walls.
I forgot what it's
That's
called.
so awesome. Okay. Perfect. Tell the people how they can keep up with you.
Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, Instagram is my main thing.
Instagram.
I like have a Facebook page. It gets likes sometimes,
Twitter?
but I like don't. I don't even have Twitter on my phone anymore.
Good Lord. Twitter is like the cesspool of humanity.
I hate
It's
it.
just
I got rid of
terrible.
it
Thank
for
you.
my personal
For real.
mental health.
For real.
So that's why I don't have one. But
wish-
literally like Instagram and my website.
Okay, so tell us your handle. What are your handles?
Shop Carson's. Shop.Carson's.
Okay, what about you? Do you want people to follow you?
Oh,
is
I
it
don't
too
care.
creepy?
Karson_Tutt. If you care
Let's
about my
go.
personal life.
Let's go. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. That was
Yeah.
really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of you. And this is incredible. Building your empire,
Well, thank you.
Karson. So thanks so much for being here.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.